Alright guys, let's take a look at Skale Network on the channel once again. We last looked at it on the 30th of August. That's this candle right here. We are just slightly below that right now, but we do have some news. We do have this local resistance, which basically we've been fighting a little bit more than a month that we are breaking above at the moment. Currently, we are above this weekly resistance at about 2.9 cents as well. So let's see if we can at least hold this, until tomorrow when that weekly candle closes. Now, that's a long time still. A start would be to get a daily candle above it. But yeah, let's see what happens. But let's take a look at some of these technicals now. Now, looking at the volume history here, you can't really get it all in the picture. It's really difficult to, but here's the beginning. And the point of control sits at about 4.1 cents. Now, we are at just below 3 cents. We're about right here, guys. I know it's really difficult to see this on the screen, but if we can get above about 12 cents here, the volume drastically drops off. You can barely see any volume over here at all. Now, looking at the Bollinger Bands, we do have a little bit of a pinch back in the beginning of August, but that probably resulted in this candlestick right here going up to about, 5.5 cents or so. But it is quite wide right now on a weekly time frame, and it's not really coming in on each other. Now, if we look at the daily time frame, it's a little bit more interesting here. We are very narrow here. I really can't see where this blue line is, but this blue line here is coming down. So we may have enough narrowness and maybe a slight pinch here that we're starting to see some movement, at least because of the Bollinger Bands. Now, looking at the monthly time frame RSI and stochastic here, monthly actually looks pretty good. It's a little bit flat though on the RSI, but stochastic is coming up out of the oversold territory, so that's good. Now, the weekly time frame also looks not bad because this blue line looks like it wants to round out here and probably cross the red line to the upside. RSI is also slanted to the upside as well. Now, the daily time frame getting out of this oversold territory on stochastic, so that's good. RSI also coming up pretty heavily, so the longer term time frames look very good here. Now, 4-hour time frame also looks okay, but the RSI is just getting into this overheated territory. So unfortunately, that's kind of a mixed signal at the moment, but hey, it's at 71, so again, it can still run up. Now, the 1-hour time frame, now, yeah, this is overheated on both the RSI and stochastic, unfortunately, probably about to roll over. 15-minute time frame is already rolling over on stochastic. RSI looks like it wants to go back to the upside a little bit here, but overheated. So these really low time frames, more unreliable time frames, I'll go ahead and say, appear to be overheated. But let's put this on a 4-hour time frame. And yeah, I do believe we can probably clear 2.9 cents. We may make a run up here to about 3.5 cents before probably having to reset some of these indicators. Now, as always, one more indicator to consider is the MEXC. And what's interesting is that it's never had a red period, and the last 2 months have been dark green candles. They're starting to get a little bit bigger here, so that's a good thing. The blue line is pointed to the upside here, just slightly, not drastically or anything. Let's look at this on a weekly time frame, though. Also in a green period, but it does look like it's starting to kind of roll over, unfortunately. But let's see, maybe it will avoid it and we'll start to get some dark green candles. And let's see the daily time frame. Now, it is actually looking like it wants to roll over to green because we do have a light red here, although we did have a dark red here the day before that. The blue line is just about to cross this red line to the upside. So I do think we're going to see a green period here very shortly, and probably in the next day or two, really. Now, before I go a little farther in this video, guys, you can claim some bonuses on my favorite crypto exchanges below. I also have Moodix here where you can get a free 7-day trial, and you can follow me on X here. Now, looking at tokenomics of Skale, it's the number 367 project, up about 12% today, guys. You can see my holdings here. It's not very much, guys, but when it becomes my lowest bag, I'll keep adding to it. And it's probably about 6th or 7th or 8th place from the bottom. right now. Anyways, the max supply is 7 billion tokens. Most of this is circulating, so that's actually pretty good. All-time high for this project was about $1.22, and it's sitting about 98% down. So will it make $1.22? Who knows? I don't think it will, honestly, unfortunately. But I could see this making, 50, 60, 70 cents. Because there's a lot more dilution, I believe, probably since the last bull run. And this one kind of came out at the end. So, maybe due to that fact, it still hasn't seen a full cycle. Maybe it could get back to its all-time high at about $1.22. But I don't know, guys. I really have my doubts here. Now, Bitcoin's pretty much in the same place as it was this morning when I made the tutorial video. So if you haven't checked that out, please do so. Earlier today, that one was up about 130, 140%. Now, I do believe this is going to come over and probably hit this trend line and get a bounce. Basically, this is pretty much in a consolidation, but again, we are still making higher lows along the way. Now, Ethereum, on the other hand, does have this bull flag here, and if it breaks to the upside, the target sits at about $5,400. So let's see if it does so. But basically, guys, Ethereum is just in a giant consolidation at the moment. Now, total market cap here sitting about 3.98 trillion, just below 4.01 trillion. This daily resistance, unfortunately, but again, it is consolidating in my opinion. Now, if we take a look at the total market cap excluding Bitcoin, we are fighting this 1.71 trillion. So we are just unable to really clear a daily candle over it at the moment. And we still really haven't hit the bull flag breakout target, although we've gotten very, very, very close. Now, one of my favorite charts is the Bitcoin dominance chart, guys, and it's sitting at 58.02. It is getting a little bit of a bounce from this morning, unfortunately. Still a red candle, but just slightly. So we are still below 58.12, like I said. On a weekly time frame, this is what this looks like. So as long as we maintain that weekly candle under that point, that's a good sign. So basically, it would just be a retest and rejection. Now, the USDT dominance here, it is trying to get support on this line at 4.31%, but basically that's where we're sitting. And we really need to look at this on a weekly time frame. So this is what it looks like. Let's hope that we can get back under this line, and this will just be a retest and rejection, just like the Bitcoin dominance, basically. Now, if we look at the altcoin season index, it's at an 82, wasn't 84 this morning, so it is starting to cool a little bit. Liquidation heat map, 272 million have been wrecked in the last 24 hours. The fear and greed is sitting at a 48, so in about 13 and a half hours, we will get another update on that. But we have cooled since yesterday, but we are still in the neutral zone. Now, the bull market peak indicators, the altcoin season index is the only one that's been hit. And as I always say, is this the best indicator or one of the better indicators? Probably not. In my opinion, and many people's opinion, the Pi Cycle Top indicator is, and this actually has cooled down a little bit too. It was 60%, I believe, this morning, possibly. Definitely, I think yesterday it was over 60%. So the progress, it's going back and forth between like 58 and 60% here for this. But most of these indicators aren't even close to hitting. I don't believe there's anything over 90%, and it looks like over 87%. There's several here around 83 to 87%, but I would say the great majority of these are below about 60% still. Now here's the Pi Cycle Top indicator, so you can see it has not crossed yet. Now on the economic calendar, Monday we just have one speaker. There's actually a lot of speakers next week. Now on Tuesday we do have PMI, and Wednesday is a dead day. Thursday is jobless claims. We got core durable goods orders, core PCE prices Q2. We also have GDP. And yeah, that's pretty much it on Thursday. But Friday we have core PCE price index, personal spending. We also got Michigan numbers. So Thursday and Friday are the most important days when it comes to economic data next week. Now with Moodyx, we do have sentiment still risk on. The trend is growing, and on Friday we had an excellent day. The week was excellent as well. The month also is looking pretty good, and the year is, just continuing to go up here. So across the board, this looks good now. But yeah, sentiment is risk on, which means crypto assets. Now, looking at FedWatch tools, it's about a 92% chance that we're going to get a quarter point cut. About an 8% chance that we're going to stay in the same place where we're at. Now, it's a little bit different on Polymarket. Actually, 4% believe we're going to get a 50 BPS decrease. 86% believe only a quarter point. 11% here believe no change. And then the 1% here, this is kind of funny, that we're going to get a 0.25 BPS increase. So I don't think that's going to happen. Worst case scenario, they would pause. Trueflation still showing 2.21%, so it's down a little bit from yesterday. And if we look at crypto bubbles, it's not looking so good for today. Aster is the only one here that's really big in the green. But guys, this is a new project, and it's basically the competitor to Hyperliquid. But if you look at the tokenomics, guys, they have a lot more tokens for the max supply for Aster. So if you think it's going to reach $56 like Hyperliquid, well, probably not going to happen. But anyways, it's probably not a bad project. But again, I always tell people you need minimum 6 to 8 months probably with most new projects. So be careful if you're going to jump into Aster. I know it's gone up a lot, and yeah, it can go down a lot too. Now, if you want to stake your scale, go to Coinondo. There's 6 deals here that I found. Do not put your coins in XT.com. They will steal your coins. They stole my Casper, and I will continue to say that until they give me back my Casper. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, like, subscribe, activate the bell, share this video with your friends, guys. Use those links down below, and yeah, there are like 8 exchanges there. They're all good exchanges. I've actually eliminated some exchanges that I just didn't like. I thought people just didn't want, like Blowfin and a couple of others, guys. Unfortunately, they're just not that great of exchanges. Nothing wrong with them though, but yeah, I did eliminate a few, and I've left the best ones. So anyways, if you use my links, of course I do get some commission, but it's very small. So thank you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.